All right. Hi, hi everyone. It's me, Xena Pappas here, or also known as Xena Fighter Elderling here, and Elderling here. And today I'm doing my live stream. Sorry for clearing my throat many times, but sadly I can't help it. It happens. I don't know why. It happens. So I gotta drink something. And I haven't done a live stream since the fifth month. So it's been some time since I've done one of these. And I know that I'm not gonna get I know I'm not going to get a big shift out. I know I'm not gonna get a lot of folks watching my live stream because let's be earnest about it. Sorry for clearing my throat. My live streams don't always get a lot of watch time. And since I did it on a fairway, which doesn't really have too many followers to begin with, so I know that I'm not going to get a good watch time. I'll be lucky if I get someone who comes on, watches a little, and then they leave and come back and leave and come back. you know. And even if I don't get anyone watching, I'll still make my live stream because, hey, that's what I want to do. You see, I can't match up with everyone's time steads or what anyone is doing during the day. So if for if this is a bad time for someone, well, it is what it is. And I'm sorry for clearing my throat, but it keeps on happening. You know, too bad. It's what it is. I gotta throw something out. See? Told you someone's gonna leave. See, I knew that was gonna happen. I knew that was gonna happen. And that's all right with me. You know? So I know what some of you folks might be thinking. Hey, you might be thinking, well, Xena, you don't get a lot of watch time on your films, your uploads as it is. So you're not going to get a lot of watch time on your lives or live streams, as some folks like to call them lives. Um, so yeah, and you don't got a lot of followers. Yes, that's true. I don't have a lot of followers. And well, I'm going to go back in and well, I can't really do that. I mean, am I going to say that's the wrong time for me to do this live stream? It's hot in here. Shit, open the window now. It feels like it's hot in here. And sorry for clearing my throat in this. Sadly, it can't be helped. I don't know why it's going on, but it is what it is. And everyone can get. And there's always going to be someone out there who is going to say, "Oh well," like those who wonder why you don't get a lot of watch time on your uploads. There's always going to be someone who thinks they know why you don't get no one watching your lives. They'll say, "Oh well, you picked the wrong time." They'll say, "Oh well, you gave it a bad name." "Oh well, you chose a bad likeness." "Oh well, you know." You choosing to making a live stream on a fairway doesn't have a lot of followers. Yeah, and then no one ever comes out to say, "Oh, well, you're boring." Well, haters and trolls will say you're boring. And do I really want to make this film? I mean, if I don't, then how long is it going to go before I am up doing another one? So yeah, I'm going to stick with it because I think sooner or later someone is going to come on and start watching my live stream. you know. And I haven't made a lot of lives. That's true, you know. And I know there's someone out there who has a belief that your haters or trolls will come to someone and say, well, you should not watch their lives or their uploads or their shorts because they said or did this and I didn't like it. Well, even if there are folks that telling someone what to do, they're going to make up their own mind. If someone wants to watch this live, well, that's great for them. If they don't want to watch it, oh well. You know, I was going to make this live anyway, even if I didn't get no one watching, you know. And I know someone might say, oh, I got 2 folks watching. Well, someone might say, you should set a time. Well, I didn't know that I was going to be in the mood to do it. So even if I did set a time for everyone, it's not like everybody would watch it when it went live, you know. My uploads and my lives are not, well, I mean, it is a belief of what is good and what's not. You know, what someone thinks is boring, someone else might get glee out of it. So it all has to do with the belief of whoever's watching it, you know. And I did think that I did think that this fairway was going to blow up. Like I thought that I would meet other fellow followers of the Xena followership, and even if they weren't and even if they weren't in, and but it looks like then no, that never truly happened. You know, I didn't. I didn't really. I met some, but not as many. And most folks who watched my films, well, some of them never seen my show at all, and some of them just wanted to gatekeep, you know. Now, I can't be glee for everyone, you know. And if we're going to talk about gatekeeping, it happened more on Twitter or Gil than it happened on YouTube or UA. So, anyway, and this would go back to 28 between YL when Twitter or Gil let you make more than one reckoning before they fucked it up and you couldn't make any more. So you had to be lucky with the one that you had. So, and most folks would gatekeep on how I was show playing. Oh, you're not show playing to my standards. Oh, you're not taking it earnest like I'm taking it earnest, or whatever their belief was, you know. So, anyway, who really cares, you know? Sorry for clear. Ah! I've been clearing my throat many times in this live stream. And if someone wants to take that and do what they will with it, go ahead. I don't care about my double right. You know, it would be my word against anyone else's because I didn't go through and get it double righted. So it would be my word against theirs. But if anyone wants to take that and work with any clearing of the throat they want, go ahead. You know. So I don't know where I'm just I don't know. I just keep on clearing my throat. I don't understand what is going on here. And why I keep clearing my throat for. This whole live stream, how long I choose to make it for, and who chooses to come on and chooses not to come on, is going to think, oh, there's something wrong with you. You keep on clearing your throat. Well, I don't know why I keep on clearing my throat or not. You know? Oh, well, need be. Still too hot in here. Yeah, and I got some fan or whatever, wind maker or wind blower that I can put in the window and run it if I need to. Well, yeah, now I'm burping. And I'm not skimming any of this out of this live stream. I don't skim or cut or clean my films in any way. So if that's a shift off to some who only watch films that someone is either, put a beginning or end sheet to the film, or made it brighter or darker, or cut things out, or put things in, well, then don't watch my work. Then if you don't like if you don't if you don't like my work not being skimmed, yeah, I would dare anyone to go on any skimming tool app and see how many times they would have to cut out the clearing of the throat or the burping. Yeah, then they mostly fucked up their whole film. And I wonder how these folks, that always like to skim out their work, it's like in their mind, they think they have to do it. They choose to do it, but they behave as if it's a need, is that everyone's work needs to be skimmed. And then the thought, and they never ever, there I go again. And the thought of them out there thinking, oh, like in their mind, they can't understand how someone would choose to upload a film without doing anything to it. To them, that's like an outsider thing to them. If you would, if any of those anyone would ask and say, "Oh, do you skim or cut or clean your films?" The answer would be no, and they wouldn't understand that because in their mind, they do it to all their films. So, yeah. So, yeah, I cleared my throat many times in this film. I burped once. It is what it is. If it was anyone else, they'd say, "Oh no, that's where I have to skim now. That's where I got to cut at. That's where I got to clean at. No way I can upload it without putting a beginning and end sheet to it, or making it brighter or darker, or cutting out things or putting in things. Gotta make more work on myself, you know." And then you wonder what your followers liked. Did they like your work from what you did in it, or they only like it for what you did to it? So, yeah. And then they're probably worried that if they didn't do that to any of their work, that no one would watch it. Because everyone who watches their work is always yielding for the beginning and end sheet. What? That, what, got brighter. Things being cut, things being put in, If you would give them a dare and tell them they can only make, then tell them a dare and say, well, one film you make, you can't skim it, you can't cut it, you can't put a beginning and end sheet to it, and you can't shift the lighting on it. Do you think any of them would take up the dare? Yeah, but do you think they would live up to the dare? No. They'd probably say they couldn't. They probably would say fuck it, and they would do it because that's what they've done to all their films, you know. And I don't do that to my films. One, it takes up too much time. Two, none of the tools work right. So as of right now, I got two folks watching. I don't know if my onlookers or seers or watchers are followers of the fairway or not, or newcomers. There's no way to know. it just tells you how many folks are watching and if they thumbed up your work or not. If they wrote anything in a shout out box, which which is right now no one has done it at all. So, and that's it. And I know my live stream might have not have all the cool things that the mates get. Oh, overchapped. Here, I'll give you gout. Here, the overfangs and all the other things. Well, I don't really care about that. So yeah, you're not going to see any of that here. So if someone wants to write something in my shout out box, they can. Well, it's up to you. You don't have to if you don't want to, you know. Yeah, well, mostly this film was me clearing my throat, one burp, and a yawn. And sadly, it might go on to have coughing and sneezing in it. Well, it hasn't happened yet, but sooner or later it will. So, does anyone have anything they want to write down in a shout out box? I mean, is the shout out box even working? I mean, I guess it is. I mean, if I write something down, then yeah, it'll work. But then again, no one really has anything to talk about or anything to ask me. Yeah, why would it? Yeah, they're like, well, there's only two folks watching, and they're like, they don't know what to say. Like, what do you say to a 9 between 98 YL Toy Biz Xena doll that spends half of her laughter alive, clearing her throat many times, had one burp, and yawned it once? Not really much you can say about it. And you can't stop shaking, you know? And I know someone out there might say, well, Xena, if you took the web shooter and you had yourself standing, yeah, and then I'd be holding the web shooter the whole time, and that son of a bitch would be shaking, you know? So does anyone have anything to say? No. There's no way to know if the onlookers or seers or watchers of this work are even truly watching it. They might have just shifted it on and then gone done something else, left their reckoner on the live stream, and then come back and say, "Oh, well, I wasn't watching." Yeah. And sometimes I feel like that I'm the black sheep of the Xena fighter Elderling followership. Why? Well, because I don't behave or I don't do the things that all the other ones do, you know. So yeah, there is some gatekeeping, and it tended to happen more on Twitter or Gilgil than it did here, you know. Yeah, there we go, clearing my throat again. I know this live stream might be boring to someone, but I think it's good. So, yeah. And I know it might not be as cool as all the live streams that I started doing from 28 between YL until now, because a lot of those ones were cool and they had a lot of my friends and kin and stuff in them, and things in them. And there I go, clearing my throat again, you know. So, yeah. So, has anyone got anything they want to They want to write down anything in a shout out box? No. They don't want to write nothing in a shout out box. Oh, someone did. Hey, my friend. Well, hi back. You know. Ugh. Well, you're the first one who wrote something in my shout out box. Now I got free onlookers, seers, or watchers now. And you missed. Well, you didn't miss me clearing my throat. That's been going on since the beginning of the live stream. You know. Oh, God. So, yeah, that's been going on since the beginning of the live stream. And that's still going on. And there's nothing I can do about it. You know. It says, how was your Freedom Day? Well, my Freedom Day was good. I had Arby's. That's how I unlooked the Freedom Day of the 4-1 Reichs. Well, how did your Freedom Day go? Guess it went all right. You know, we bought me and Cameron bought these big, the big box of fireworks, and we blasted those off. So yeah, that's what we did. So that's how my Freedom Day went. It said Arby's is good. Yes, they are. And I thought that I was going to have a lot of folks coming on, and I know there I go again, clear my throat again. Oh, there goes the burp again. And I thought I was going to get a lot of folks watching my live stream, and I got free, so that's good enough, All your live streams can all be winners, you know that. Oh, sorry for that burp. So, yeah. And I haven't done a live stream since the 5th month. So it's almost been a whole month since I did one. There goes the burp again. Well, there goes a yawn now. It said, does Xena still have her fat pillows? Or fat pills? So what you're asking me. The farting. Well, no, you said Gabrielle. No, Gabrielle's the one that sometimes passes when more than I do. But yeah, I have them. And I don't know if I do this doing this live stream, someone out there might think that, well, I might, because then I got to do a film tomorrow. But if I do this live stream, then that takes instead of it. And you go into your library or book house or whatever of your fairway, and it will list all the uploads you made. And I guess that also means lives. I guess lives and uploads are put together how many uploads you made. I guess. Your guess is good as mine. Oh, there goes that. There goes that yawn now. That happens. Well, I know I got 4 folks watching my live stream now. One from Yeah, and I've been doing this since 24 between while, so that's how long I've been doing this for. You know, a long time. Well, not as see, I haven't been doing this as not as long as Sailor Moon because that work has been going on longer. It's more, and the Mike Keepers behind that, and Jordan behind that, and the TWF. Well, we never did any lives beyond the Google Hangout, and that was it. So yeah, now I got 4 folks watching now, and you're probably wondering, um, am I going to bring anyone on my live stream? Well, I'll have to see. Got to do something, Glee, to keep everyone coming on. It says, "Oh, could you shift many words in your films to unlike ones?" What do you mean when you're saying why I choose the English words over the borrowed words? If that's what you mean, then yes, that's what you mean. Oh, God. There we go. I believe that's what you mean. It said your very first YouTube fairway, I think, watching it was Sailor Moon Red. Yeah, Sailor Moon Red. The English words fought. Well, no, because English is a Norse speech. So I would say the English words. And if they were borrowed words, I wouldn't say them. So I choose to speak English with less borrowed words and with more English words. Now I know there's a lot of folks out there that have a big thing over, oh, English is a Norse speech. And some folks will say, oh, no, it's not, because it took borrowed words from other speeches. There's a whole little big thing going on about that. You know? It said, you think, it said, yes, yeah, I see. That is good. Thank you for saying. You're welcome. I know some folks are going to probably think, oh, I'm making that shit up. Well, so many years ago, I think this would have been, I don't know, 2008 YL or 2009 YL, I don't know. Around that time, I can't tell you. There was someone who who believed that English wasn't a Norse speech. And no need what I told her, she wouldn't believe it. So yeah, and folks are like, oh, well, you can't trust what the interweb says. Well, even if you don't trust what the interweb says, do you trust what books say? Do you trust what shows about talking about the English speech? Do you believe in that? So if you don't put any trust in the interweb, which some do and some don't. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, my day's been doing all right. And I haven't done a live stream since the 5th month. So that would mean, you know, and I used to do live streams a lot. Well, yeah, I started doing live streams back in 2008 YL. And then I would do some so many years after that. But they would never ever be as good as the first ones. Like, I used to get a lot of folks. Now I got 4 folks watching, so yes, that's good and all. But it was never ever, like it was when you do your first one. Now, if you think of it, my first live streams, well, if you overlook the Google Hangout, then my first live streams would have been in 2008 YL. But anyway, so there is this one Xena doll that It's on, yeah, it's on No, it's not. It's on It's no, it's on Walmart. It's a one where you take the sword, you put it in, it grabs it, and then I was like, oh shit, it's worth a lot more than what my gift sheet has, and I still have this Walmart gift sheet for $30 or less. Like, yeah, it's a lot more than that. So I don't know why I'm talking about that, but I'm just bringing something up. It said, "Did you make any of your films?" It said withdrawal. I felt like you were seeking them anymore. No, I never made any of my films withdrawal. I just know what I think you're talking about was back in 2005 between while I had gotten my Google Chrome based Reckoner with Google Chrome OS. And the brain trust that YouTube or UA at the time chose to take away the web shooter tool. So I did not know, I didn't have any web shooter tool at the time, and I only had my Chrome base for a month and a half by that time, so I still didn't know all about the Google Web Shop, and I was putting in words, but I wasn't coming up with shooter tools. So I had to do Google Hangout. Well, all my fairways had to do Google Hangouts from 25th between while to 26th between while. And that's need be what you're talking about. And then one day there was some bug of Google Hangout, and I said, fuck it. And then I wrote in, oh, web shooter, film recorder, whatever I wrote in. And then I was getting and I could get tools that I could make uploads again. So, yeah, that's what you were talking about. But that's what happened. So, but I never made any of my films withdrawal. They were all out there for everybody to watch. The uploads, the lives. The only thing I never made were shorts. Because as you know, YouTube doesn't let you make shorts on your Reckoner. No need if it's a middle top or a board top or all in one. You know, So if someone asks me, "Where's the shorts at, Xena?" I can't make any because I don't have a wireless far speaker. Now the only way the YouTube will ever let you make shorts on a Reckoner is if you feedback them, and everyone feedbacks them and tells them, "Hey, I want to make shorts on the Reckoner." Then they'll do it. So that's why I don't see any of those. And then I could mostly see myself when I made a short. It'd be like, wow, I'm clearing my throat here. I don't know. And the thing is, shorts are little films. So it's not like an upload or a live where you can make it as long as you want, as long as you have as long as you have the skill to do it. As long as you set your fairway and you can make long uploads and long lives. Shorts, they're little, no need what you set your setup is. So yeah. Oh no, only on here. A long time ago, daily motion or daily driving or daily work used to once, behaved right. And then it started coming undone over the years. Films getting stuck in filleting, all kinds of things. And I don't even know. Even if and then, or another bind they used to have back in the day was where, oh, you'd make your reckoning, you'd set it up, you'd have your step board, you have your wire, whatever you set it up with, and it'd be good. And the next time you go back into it, it would say it was wrong. So I don't know. And even if I did make one again, they have old bind with films getting stuck in filleting. So no, I don't have any reckoning on there anymore. and forget about all those other ones. So, yeah. There goes my yawning now. So anyway, well, uh, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what to. I don't know what else to talk about here. You know, I gotta hold myself here. Well, I know this live stream might not be as long as all the other ones I did in the past. And if you overlook the Google Hangout ones I did in the past, then you know some of these live streams were long. Spans long. Now I go from clearing my throat to yawning now. So, and I know someone out there might ask me, how long do I goal to keep on making uploads and lives and all other stuff? I don't know, for years to come. I have no withdrawal date, you know. And you know how some folks will say, "Oh, well, I'm getting burned out. I'm not going to make uploads or lives anymore. I'm going to pick whatever you want to say, this whole quality over quantity, or work over the need." Well, fuck that. I used to, yeah, why make a film every other day? Because I thought I'd give time for that film to get the watch time that it gets, and it never does. So fuck that. And if you're wondering where you can get Xena dolls, well, your great websites would be eBay or Etsy. That's where you're going to seek any dolls like me. Just let any of you folks know who wants to buy them, because you're not going to get so many. Because Walmart's website isn't going to really have too many of them. Amazon or Strongwind's website isn't going to really have too many of them. So if anyone wants to buy their own Xena dolls, then you got to either go to eBay or Etsy if you want to get all these ones. So, just let you know. Yeah, as long as the one who's making the films is alive, you know. So, well, there goes the yawn again. So, well, it looks like I'm going to have to end this live stream. But I want to thank everyone who did come on. I got about 4 followers, watching my work. Some wrote stuff in my shout out box. Now I gotta go clean the glasses. I gotta put myself right here. It was good seeing you, my friend. Yeah, it was. And I cleaned my glasses first before I do it. And I know in the past they weren't, no one can ever live up to how they did things in the past. So, anyway, all right, I'll see you all around. I, Xena, Melina Pappas, or Xena Fighter Elderling, and I'll see you later. Bye.